The following program is rated M for a mature audience. It contains coarse language.
Good evening, I'm Tony Jones. Welcome to my home away from home here on the set of Lateline. Well, like many shows on TV, Lateline's always been filmed in front of a live studio audience. But unlike other shows, you very rarely hear them. There have been exceptions, of course. My recent interview with Prime Minister Gillard was barely audible since the audience was full of football fans who'd just come from the World Cup.
We can't even get to talk to him.
What Kevin has said and what Peter has said is that the bar...
It was the more unfortunate time when the audience turned ugly during an interview with Paul Keating.
Well, it hasn't. I think the public are quite wise about the economy and government.
But by and large, the audience is quiet as a mouse, a little too quiet. So as Lateline gears up to cover the federal election, we thought we should take a leaf out of shows like Letterman and hire one of those warm-up guys to gee up the crowd each night. And who better, I thought, than the one group of people who are completely unemployed and available. Ladies and gentlemen, The Chaser.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you in. It's great for us to be back at the ABC. It's great for us to be working with Tony Jones on Lateline. We never realised until we took on this warm-up gig a few things about Tony Jones. We've kind of learned a little bit about you.
We have indeed, actually. Yeah, can we come over here, have a look at this? Here's Tony Jones's auto cue. Look at this. I'll take that as a comment. That's the only thing he needs on his auto cue to get through a whole Lateline.
And look at this, behind his desk. Tony Jones in real life, just like Julie Gillard, is a ranger. He's an absolute redhead, but he has silver hair dye to get that silver fox look. We know your secret.
Yeah, exactly. Tony also here's very big with the groupies, people. I tell you what, have a look at the front row of the audience over here. It's the Silver Foxy Ladies. Oh, yes. Most likely Tony's doing it. And look at this one over here. This one, you could take me as a comment, hey, Tony. This is normal for you, is it?
Totally normal. Thanks, Artie June. Thank you very much.
Well, look, you better get into makeup, Tony. 25 minutes and you'll be seeing Tony live back on the set of Lateline here. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get straight into it now with our campaign roundup.
Yes, thanks, Andrew. And week one has already given us the first real casualty of the election. The Liberal candidate for Chifley, David Barker, was given the boot after posting anti-Muslim sentiments on his Facebook page.
Yeah, this is a big blow for the Libs because Barker was their real glamour candidate.
He was.
Just take a look at him there. I reckon his chin alone could have stopped the boats.
In fact, it's actually worth having a look at Barker's Facebook page, though, because, he says he's not racist, but I noticed on his wall it actually says he's a friend of Mel Gibson, so I'm not sure about that. But best of all, check this further down. David took the quiz, which Star Wars character are you? And the answer, unsurprisingly, Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. And Andrew, he might just get you to update the scoreboard there.
Oh, yes, I believe that's two gratuitous fat jokes.
We're off and running. Excellent.
We're on the board.
Yeah, look, we should just make the point, though, that we're not saying that Barker is fat and ugly. We're saying that Barker is a fat and ugly bigot. Very different.
Nuance. Elsewhere, we had the first and hopefully the last of the great debates last Sunday, and it was a pretty bloody boring, wasn't it?
It was so dull that if you go to nightclubs now, people are actually slipping the debate into people's drinks just to make them pass out.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, even the moderator, David Spears, looked completely bored. In fact, I actually noticed that he sent a live tweet during the Channel 9 telecast wondering if MasterChef had started yet.
Yeah, well, look, live tweeting is all the rage right now, and we're doing it on this show as well.
Yep.
And it certainly livened up the debate a bit, I think, especially when Kevin Rudd got involved.
Yeah, and of course,
I
now...
like Kevin's tweet.
It was a good tweet, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was on point. But of course, the other big attempt this year to jazz up the debate was having the two worms divided by gender, which I thought made for a pretty busy screen at times.
It could get very crowded, but I tell you what, if you thought Seven's screen was crowded, you should have had a look at SBS, because they divided their worm into nationalities.
No.
And you could barely see a bloody thing. I mean, I didn't see Abbott's face all night.
Look, out on the hustings, though, it's been quite fun to see Tony Abbott copping some stick about his budgie smugglers, mostly from Labor Party hacks the whole time.
I'm sorry, can we just stop that for a second? I mean, what the hell is going on with that stunt? What kind of dickhead thinks dancing around your red Speedos is even remotely funny?
Mr. Devlin? Sorry, I'm not Peter Devlin, he's over there.
I'll take that as a comment. Tony's real bugbear so far, though, has been work choices.
Yes.
He just can't shake it, no matter how often he says dead, buried, cremated. It plagues him the whole time.
Actually, when he said that thing, dead, buried, cremated, a lot of people pointed out you'd never actually bury and then cremate someone. I mean, you wouldn't think so. But no. If you look carefully at the archives of Sir Robert Menzies' funeral, that is actually the way that the Libs have been doing things for many years.
That's a very liberal way.
Oh, look at that.
Burning cross at a Liberal funeral.
Well, look, the thing about work choices is that if you read Abbott's book, Battle Lines, I don't recommend you do, by the way, there's this whole section headed Work Choices Wasn't All Bad, which isn't really consistent with his current policy, is it?
No. The whole book is littered with things that Abbott's since turned his back on, so I thought it might be time to put out an updated election edition.
G'day! You're back! I'm trying to help you out. You're back! Fantastic! Good to see you.
An election version of Battle Lines. This chapter, Work Choices Wasn't All Bad.
There will be an election version of Battle Lines.
Really?
And I want you to buy it.
Are we going to take this one out? Work Choices Wasn't All Bad. We'll get rid of that.
I want you to buy it.
This bit about work choice has been a remarkable success. Let's get rid of that. Do you want to burn it? And just quietly, Tony, this bit's not playing very well with the ladies. Get rid of that too. This bit's boring.
I reckon that would have been more satirical if you did it in red Speedos, Craig.
Probably, yeah. But look, guys, for me, the big policy blunder of the week came from Julia Gillard with this plan of hers to have a citizens' assembly of 150 randomly selected people to work out the country's climate change policy.
I know. And now, she unveiled this last Friday, and a few minutes into her speech, there was a security breach when a crazed Kevin Rudd tried to rush the stage.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah,
he's not happy.
I want leadership back!
You know what? I actually think the ALP now wishes that security hadn't grabbed that guy, because he might actually have stopped Gillard from making what was one of the stupidest speeches I have ever heard. In case you missed it, I've boiled it down to two essential quotes.
That the price of inaction is too high a price for our country to pay. So I will not rush headlong into economy-wide changes that people are not familiar with.
Right, so in summary, we can't afford inaction, but we won't act.
Yeah. Exactly.
What I love about the Citizens' Assembly, it seems like because of this, the climate experts are just going to be ignored and basically replaced by random people from the public. So you've got guys like Tim Flannery basically out of a job now. Did you see him this week? He's doing it very tough, the poor guy. We'll explain global warming for... my heart goes out to you, Tim.
Why don't we give the Citizens' Assembly a go? We've got about 150 people here, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we make our own Citizens' Assembly, see how it works out. What do we think of Julia Gillard's climate policy?
It's shit! Oh, community consensus at work, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourselves a clap.
Community consensus!
If you thought that our angry Angus burger was angry, then just wait till you taste the anger in our all-new Angry Kevin burger. This is one seriously pissed-off burger. You get one major beef topped off with bile, spilt blood, and then lovingly rat-fucked by the faction leaders. The Angry Kevin burger, it's not just angry, it's fucking furious.
The burgers are bitter at Hungry Hacks. Have you lost your way? Then get the all-new Julia Gillard GPS to get you moving in the right direction.
Move forward, move forward, move forward.
you'll never look back again.
Move forward. Move forward. Move forward.
And you'll certainly never veer left.
Refugees?
Move forward.
Oh no, Gay's getting married.
The new Julia Gillard GPS, helping you move forward and maybe slightly to the right.
It's a great product, that. I like it. I'm actually sorry that Gillard's easing off on the whole moving forward repetition. I never get sick of hearing it. I love it, and I think of